February is probably the coldest, ickiest, most wintry month of the year. And it can be a little bit hard. It can be hard to keep our energy up. It can be hard not to feel down. It can be hard not to feel stressed or just low vibe energy. Each season comes with its own energies that can be really, really magical if we embrace them instead of rejecting them. Hello Pixie Doll, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today we're going to talk about 10 different ways to stay high vibe throughout the winter season, which we know can be difficult. Winter is really underrated in my opinion. I'm a big fan of seasonal living, and if you can follow me on any platform, you'll know that. I really believe in embracing each season as they come and finding the joy in each season as they come. So grab a comfy seat, grab a warm beverage, and we'll get into 10 ways to help you stay high vibe this winter season. Number 1, start your day with positive intention and light at the forefront of your mind. So when we wake up, a lot of us tend to automatically, it's not our fault, we all do it, it just kind of happens, we automatically start thinking about, oh, the weather's terrible today, or it's still dark outside, or it's going to be snowing, I gotta clear off the car, I have all these work tasks to do, I have this meeting I'm not looking forward to. We start going over all the things in our day that bring us down, or that stress us out, or that cause us anxiety or worry. No, we're going to stop doing this. As soon as you are conscious, awake, your eyes can still be closed. Think of 3 affirmations for your day that are positive. I'm going to show up as my best self today. I am filled with positivity and light. I am confident and my meeting is going to be a success. Whatever it might be. Think of 3 positive ways to start your day. And then that energy that you formulate in your mind will stay with you. So instead of starting our day on the wrong side of the bed by thinking of all the things we don't want to do, flip it and think of things you do want to do. Next, we're not going to pick up our phone first thing in the morning. A lot of us, we wake up, we check our phone. Why do we do this? Why do we do it to ourselves? Checking our phone is most likely going to stress you out and start your day off on the wrong foot. You're going to see emails that are work emails. You're not working yet. You're not working. Why are you looking at your work emails? You're going to see social media that is maybe triggering or bad news, because there's bad news all over the world right now. Also, that light from your phone first thing in the morning, jarring. Like, I don't know about you, if I do use my phone for my alarm. So I wake up and I turn my alarm off. So I do pick my phone up just to turn off my alarm. But even that, the light, it's like I'm a vampire. It sears into the back of my head. So we want to get up with a little more grace, a little more gentleness in the morning. So we're not going to pick up our phone. If you use your phone for your alarm, you can turn your alarm off, but that's it. You're going to leave it. You're going to leave it while you do your morning routine. Another thing we can do first thing in the morning before even getting out of bed is consider doing a short meditation. So keep your eyes closed, focus on your breathing, and just go inward for 2 to 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, but just for a minute for you to ground yourself, bring a little bit of balance to yourself, and set yourself up to have a positive day. So 2 more things we're going to do before we even get out of bed. All of these things, by the way, could take less than 5 minutes. This does not have to be a long thing, and you don't have to do them all. Pick and choose, pick and choose. So 2 more things. 1, we're going to choose a word for our day, a positive word, a word that resonates with you and the way you want your day to go. So you can think your word could be determination, it could be motivation, it could be light, positivity, optimism, happiness, gratitude. There are so many. Just choose 1 word and keep that word with you. Keep it close for the day. And you can even use it throughout the day if your mood starts to go the other way, if your vibes start to go a little bit low, something bothers you at work, you're stuck in traffic, your kids aren't getting out the door fast enough, pause, breathe, and bring that word back to your mind. It can bring focus, it can bring you back to calm, it can remind you of how you wanted your day to go and how you felt when you woke up in the morning. And the last one that we're gonna do before we even get out of bed, I want you to just smile. Still laying down, just let yourself smile. Allowing yourself to smile as soon as you wake up, it instills joy. Seeing someone smile, feeling yourself smile. You don't have to see yourself smile, you can feel it. Your face lights up. Smiling to yourself first thing in the morning says, this is a brand new day. It says, this day is going to be filled with joy and happiness. This day is a blessing. Let yourself smile. Try it. Just try it. And leave a comment and let me know how it made you feel. Second tip for staying high vibe in the winter, we are going to feed ourselves well. We're going to feed our bodies. We're going to feed our bodies with whole, nutritious food. No more processed food this winter. We don't need it. It doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve our high vibe energy. It doesn't serve our health and well-being. And those smoky. And aside from whole foods, if they can be in-season whole foods, bonus points. Because in-season whole foods are the best ones you can have. There are many reasons for this. There are reasons why the foods that you choose can either lower or raise your vibration. People are very welcoming to, say, crystals and the energy that crystals have, or the energy that oil has, the essential oils. Guys, food has energy. It's literally part of the earth, and everything has energy. And the food that you consume affects your own energy. So when we're choosing whole in-season foods, that is raising our energy. It's life, it's nourishment, it's giving your body the nutrients it needs. It literally makes your body happier, makes your mind happier to eat whole, healthy foods. Okay, so what are some more of the reasons? So seasonal foods are fresher and more nutritious. They're also more flavorful. They have less distance to travel. They are ripened naturally, automatically making them higher quality foods. Eating in-season foods also supports local farmers. It promotes sustainable farming practices. It has less of an impact on the environment. It has less distance to travel. It has less refrigeration and no artificial growing conditions, making the impact on the planet much smaller. In-season foods are also going to be way better on your bank account, which might be very important in the climate that we're in at the moment. They are more accessible, they're more readily available, making them cheaper. And lastly, Mother Nature's a genius, and you will never be smarter than your body. Your body knows what it needs. Mother Nature knows what your body needs. In-season foods in the winter tend to be warming foods. So they're your root veggies, your hearty grains like oats, barley, rye, spelt. And then in the summer, the in-season foods tend to be more hydrating foods like cucumbers, lettuces. Trust nature, trust your body. Intuitively, your body knows what it needs. Your mind might not know. It might crave, processed foods or something less healthy. But your body, intuitively, it knows the nutrients that it needs, and Mother Nature knows how to provide them. So, in-season foods, jump on board. Tip number 3 for staying high vibe in the winter, move your body. So we can't talk about high vibes and not talk about exercise. Exercise literally boosts your happy hormones. Scientifically proven, it works. You might not feel like working out, but by the end of the workout, you're gonna feel better than when you started. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, I need to work out, and they dread it, and it seems like something that's gonna take all their energy and la la la. It doesn't have to be an hour-long run. It doesn't have to be some crazy HIIT workout. Make it something you enjoy. Make it something your body enjoys. It can be gentle stretching at home. It could be a yoga workout from YouTube. It could be your favorite Pilates or bar class. Personally, I miss my bar classes so much. I went to them all the time when we lived in Toronto, but here in Scotland, we live in a small town, so the classes are not quite as abundant as where we were. So I miss my bar classes. Somebody go take one for me and leave me a comment. Let me know how much fun you had. If you are someone who enjoys the gym, if you enjoy lifting weights, head to the gym, do a little weight session, do some cardio, get your blood moving. You could also do an at-home workout with free weights, dance around your living room. There's so many ways to move your body. It doesn't have to be 2 hours long. Just make it intentional and make it a habit. Do it every day, at least for a few minutes. There's not many things that get your energy moving in the body more than exercise. Your body will thank you, your mind will thank you, and your spirit will thank you. Most importantly though, just do something you enjoy doing. If you say you're going to, go for a run every day, but you hate running, or you say you're gonna hit the gym and lift weights 5 days a week, but you really don't like the gym and you're bored lifting weights, you're not gonna do it. You can make the intention, but then you're not gonna show up for yourself, and that's not good for anybody. So make it something you enjoy. Very important. Number 4, create a high vibe environment. It's winter. We tend to spend a lot more time at home in the winter. And we want to create a space that's cozy, that's calming, that's comforting, where the energy flows freely and it's a welcoming space to be in. We want to be happy when we get home. You don't need to redo your whole house. You don't need to redecorate your whole house in order for this to happen. There's lots of ways we can create a space. So declutter and refresh your space. It's such a good practice. It makes your home feel so much lighter. It makes you feel so much lighter. Cluttered home, cluttered mind. That's kind of how I think of it, and that's definitely how I feel when the house is crazy and cluttered. It gets me. So it doesn't have to be your whole house. Even just pick a room. Pick the room you spend the most time in. Pick the room you relax in, and make sure it's clutter-free and a space where the energy can just flow and where you can feel and flow. Another thing we could do, cleanse our space. So this can be energetic cleansing. Highly recommend. Also physical cleansing. So energetic cleansing you can do by diffusing essential oils. You can place crystals around your house. You can use incense. This visualization. There's lots of different ways you can do this. I like to also do a physical cleanse if I'm doing an energetic cleanse. To me, they kind of go hand in hand. Not always, but a lot of the time. So a lot of time I'll make my own products to clean with and put intentions into them. Intention for cleansing, letting go of negativity, banishing. So any products that I make myself will always have essential oils in them because they have some excellent properties, not only for cleaning, but for energy as well. So that's another thing you can do. Moving on to my next point, diffuse essential oils in your home. So you can diffuse citrusy scents for happiness, or lavender and chamomile for calm. Be careful if you have pets, side note. They're sensitive to most essential oils. Some people would say all essential oils, so just make sure you do your research if you have pets and you're going to use essential oils. Play your favorite music in your house. You get home, put on your favorite music, something that uplifts you, makes you feel calm and relaxed, and really just think of the elements that make your house feel good to you. Something I always like to have fresh flowers in the house. It makes me feel good, it brings me joy. I like to do regular energetic cleansings. I do a physical cleanse in my kitchen like every morning. Quick one, not like some deep clean, but like just 5 minutes. So figure out what makes you feel good in your space, what makes your space feel like an atmosphere you want to be in. Cozy, comforting, calm, all the good things. Step number 5, stay social and connected. The winter, we often tend to spend time on our own. We don't get out as much, we don't do as much. So it can be really easy, especially for someone who's introverted like me, if you're like that, to just be on your own. I have to remind myself to check in with people if they're not in my very close realm here. So make a point to do it and be choosy about who you're spending your energy on, because we're trying to lift up our vibes here. We're trying to gain energy and feel good. So what we don't want is to spend our time that we do have around people that drag us down. The energy vampires, the people who have drama all the time. It's just, they attract it, it's always there. These people can be very draining on our energy. And we just want to be careful to spend our time with people that will lift us up. Also, if you're sensitive to energies around you or you're empathic, being in very busy atmospheres or a place that's like a mall, very chaotic, can quickly drain our energy. So you might want to stay out of those situations. if you're someone who's very sensitive to it. Make a habit to reach out to the people who lift you up, reach out to your loved ones, and check in on them, see how they're doing, because it's winter for them too, and maybe they're also feeling a little bit low, and your message might just uplift their day. Number 6, engage in activities that feed your spiritual self. So when we're talking about health and wellness, physical health, mental health get a lot of attention. Spiritual health tends to be put on the back burner or not thought of at all in most circles. And it really shouldn't be. When we're talking about our holistic health, we need all three. We need physical, mental, and spiritual to be working together, to be one cohesive unit. So we don't want any of them to get left behind. And in the winter is a great way to hone in and just focus even a little bit extra on your spiritual side. I think a lot of people get it twisted, and kind of spirituality can be maybe misunderstood. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to believe in God or goddess or any deity. You don't have to be part of an organized religion. Spirituality is being connected to the universe, to the divine, to your inner wisdom. And it can mean different things to different people. And it's a part of all of us. It should be a part of all of us. We are spirit. There's lots of ways to include these spiritual aspects into our daily lives, into our daily routines, if we just use a little bit of mindfulness. I'm actually going to do a video strictly about practical ways to introduce spirituality into our days. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be coming later this week or early next week. Can't remember. I think later this week. Anyway, subscribe so you don't miss it. Things we can do quickly: we can meditate. I mentioned it as part of your morning before you even get out of bed routine. We can journal, which brings so much clarity, so much focus. Grab yourself a notebook and just start writing. Practice gratitude every single day. So we want to remember our blessings, remember what we're thankful for, remember things that bring us joy. This can be a short practice. At the end of the day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that made you smile that day, 3 things that bring you happiness. It's really important to feed our spirit and to let the universe know we're grateful for everything that we have. Another great thing to do, set intentions and use affirmations in your day. I mentioned this again, you can do it before you even get out of bed. I like to say my own affirmations. I listen to affirmations on Aura Health app, which is a really great app for meditations and visualizations, and they have guided affirmations as well. So I always will play one while I'm getting ready in the morning, usually when I'm doing my makeup. And I also write affirmations in my journal, so maybe I go overboard. You don't have to do all those things, but you should try to include them in your day in some way. And you can also read uplifting quotes, poetry, books, spiritual books and works to work on your personal growth journey as a whole. So yeah, there's so many ways, and make sure to come back for that video. It's going to be posted in just a couple days, I promise. Number 7, limit energy drainers. So really reduce your screen time. This can be a huge energy drainer. It drains our energy, it drains our time. It can be filled with things that will mess with our minds and drag us down. It can have us comparing ourselves to others. It can be filled with negative people with negative opinions. It can be filled with people just complaining, and a lot more unhappy news than happy news. Not that we don't want to know the news, but we also don't want it to consume us. People, as I mentioned in a previous step, surround yourself with uplifting people and try to limit your time or just avoid time altogether with anyone who you feel drains your energy. I know you know who they are. We all have these people in our life. They complain all the time. They're negative. They're not aligned with our own values. They really just suck our energy instead of feeding our energy. My light just went out, so I might be a little bit dark and it's probably overheated. Try to ignore that. If I'm dark, I'm sorry. Another thing you can do, avoiding energy drainers, kind of on the flip, is that you can make a list of things that bring you joy, things that make you happy. Focus on those things to uplift your energy. And if you're having a day that's really bad, you're really down, you're feeling low, you can go back to this list and read it. Read these things in your life that you have or that you do that bring you joy. Maybe it's petting your cat. Maybe it's going on a walk. Maybe it's just taking time to read or have a bath, or, you know, have an extra long shower and give yourself some extra self-care, and just read through the list, add to the list whenever you think of something new. It can be a really great tool for uplifting our energy when we're really just not feeling it. Number eight. Embrace the magic of slow living. So winter is about rest and resetting, and we often don't change our routines from season to season, but in the winter we should make sure to take time for more sleep, to take time for more rest and relaxation, to not have our calendars so full as they might be at other times of the year. Let yourself have that extra hour of sleep. Let yourself read for, you know, a whole Saturday afternoon if you want to. Indulge in a long bath. Just sit and stare out the window and appreciate the beauty of winter. Sitting and staring out the window can be especially fulfilling if it's snowing, or if you live somewhere where it snows, or if it has just snowed and there's that lovely fresh blanket of fluffy snow covering the landscape. So nice to just stare out the window. So whatever it is you choose to do, just give yourself time, give yourself permission to slow down. Don't feel guilty about it. Slowing down is just as productive as speeding up, and when we're having a busy day and getting tons done. We need to slow down, we need to refill our cup, or else we're gonna get burnt out. Appreciate the slowness, appreciate the quiet that this season can bring. Number 9, let yourself be creative. Let those creative juices flow. Wait, this is another thing we don't really give ourselves time to do, and it really ties in with number 8, slowing down. So slow down and use that time to be creative. If you're artistic and you want to paint or draw, or you want to write something or do pottery, get into the kitchen and get creative with your food. Make a new meal. Bake something that you love to have in the winter. Bonus points if you use high vibe foods, so bake with lemons and pomegranates, or create yourself a hearty stew with root veggies. Double vibe points if you get in the kitchen and also use the foods that are whole and in season. Starting Grimoire or Book of Shadows is a great creative project to do in the winter if you don't have one already. These books are basically a record of your spiritual journey, so you can include anything in there that has to do with your own personal spirituality. If you work with crystals or essential oils, or if you follow the moon phases, all these things can go in this book. I'm going to link a blog post that outlines how to start one if you don't have one yet. So I'll do that for you. And you can also embrace your inner child and do a puzzle or color. These things are underrated. They're so fun, and they also engage the mind and really let you be creative in a playful way. Number 10, remember to connect with nature's rhythm. So I mentioned it earlier, Mother Nature's a genius, and we should really be taking her lead, following her footsteps, and appreciating her throughout all the seasons. So take a walk outside. Again, sit at the window and just appreciate the sky and the grass, and appreciate the air that you breathe and the water that you drink. Try to feel connected to it whenever you're in the presence of it. We're always in the presence of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, usually in a way that we don't even think about. But connecting with those elements and connecting with nature is paramount, at least for me, as part of your spiritual journey and your spiritual wellness. And winter is not only a time for rest and reflection, it's also a time where you have that promise of life and new beginnings. Spring is coming, it's on the horizon. With every single day we inch closer to spring, and the days get longer, the nights get shorter, the sun is no longer coming up at 8:30 in the morning, which it was here for a little while. I think it's like 8:15 now. So sometime soon it's not going to be dark when you wake up, and winter gives us that promise. And from death comes rebirth. Always, it's a cycle. Think about what seeds you want to sow right now that you can watch and nurture so that they blossom throughout the rest of the year. I love taking winter as a time to plan. And if you're not into the whole winter arc vibe that everyone's talking about, or if you're not a new year, new me kind of person, that's okay. Don't be. rest right now. Wait until spring. Spring is really the new year for Mother Nature. It's when she wakes up from her sleep and she's ready to blossom and bloom again. And maybe that resonates with you too. Being super productive and busy and all of this in the winter doesn't really align with nature, but I do enjoy the whole new year motivation vibe, I have to say. But if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. You can wait and wake up and start your new year on the spring equinox in March. But in the weeks that come leading up to that, plan things, visualize your dream life. How do you want things to go in these next weeks and months? What are things you want to let go of throughout this winter season? Let go of them so that by the spring, you're fresh, you're ready, you're reset and ready to go and achieve all those goals that you set for yourself. Nourish all those seeds that you planted so that this year you achieve all the things you want to achieve. And stay aligned to the energy of the season by nourishing yourself. So nourish your body with movement. Feed it the sustenance that it needs. Take that time for rest. Reflect. Start new healthy habits. But just feed your body and your mind and your spirit all the things it needs this season in order to not just survive and get through it, actually thrive and use the season to feel your best. That brings us to the end of our video. 10 ways to help you stay high vibe throughout the winter season. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you got some new ideas and inspiration. And I hope it made you actually look forward to these next weeks of winter and not just dreading them and counting the minutes until spring gets here. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still watching, still listening, I am grateful. I may have rambled a little in this video. It's very possible. I will, as always, link the blog post down below and my socials if you want to follow along there. And until next time.